Hi, this is Natalie with PrincessPower.com. So we've been talking about wallpaper and different aspects of it, and I'm going to take a minute to talk to you about matching it. Now, that means that there's a pattern, and you can't just slap one roll up or one sheet up and then randomly slap another sheet up because your pattern is not going to match. And it's better if you have something that has a closer match, meaning the pattern repeats itself at closer intervals than farther. You're going to waste more wallpaper that way. Now, I mentioned in my last video that I was running out of wallpaper, and I'm going to show you what happened here. So I had to cut off a significant piece here because of this part of the shower. Now, I had cut an 8.5 foot piece because you always cut longer than the length of your wall or your space because having to move and adjust your wallpaper for the matching. Now I will show you up here that, and I see I need to put just a little bit more glue right here, but for the most part you would not notice that seam. Oh, I have some. Let's just get it in there real quick with my finger and we'll rub that down. That was a happy accident, wasn't it? I'll have to get a cloth and wipe that down. You want to work with a wet sponge or a wet rag when you're wallpapering to get off excess glue. And clearly I hadn't wiped that, but that worked out nice. So you don't really see that seam there. Now I laid a big piece of wallpaper all the way over into this area. And actually, if we look really, really closely, we can see my pinholes here and here where I was lining up the wallpaper to match it. Even though this wallpaper, this piece was over to here, but in order to get my pattern to match, I had to go all the way to here. Now, normally you can work right off of your edge, but because I had cut this piece short to line up with the shower, I had to work with that. So now I have this big long strip that I've cut off, and I didn't know if I was going to be able to use that or not, and I was certainly hoping to. I'm maneuvering to a towel so that I can wipe my hand, which now has glue on it, and I'm going to wipe this spot while we're talking. So over on this side, I have this edge, and my happy accident is that my piece that cut off over here will match and line up perfectly here. I just have to, so this would be the middle of what I cut here, and then the excess would have been here, and the raw edge would have been over this way. So I'm just taking that piece, I'm moving it over to here. Now, you have to look at the direction of your pattern. So here I have these little thingies, let's call them leaves, facing down. And this pattern, sometimes you have a couple of the leaves, two together, and then you have one that's further away. So when I get up on the ladder, which I'm not going to be able to do and hold this camera, I will line up my wallpaper in a way that there's going to be a significant amount up folded over toward the ceiling. By using my push pins to hold the wallpaper, I fold it down enough that I match, then roll and glue that one area, and then I'm getting underneath and wallpapering from the underside. So I've literally got wallpaper going over my head, but fortunately it's dry. As I told you, there's a big difference between modern wallpaper pasting and, let's say, 20 or 30 years ago when I was doing it. I am not a frequent wallpaperer by any means of the imagination, but it is something I've done a few times over the years. So there we go. I'm going to get on that ladder now and paste that one part and just keep going. And then I think I have enough. Well, here's my happy accident. I get lucky. I had bought this wallpaper in 2 different colors for 2 different purposes, but it's the same pattern. So while I may run short on this wall, it's one of the least seen walls in the room, and I can use the other color that has the same pattern, and I think it'll look intentional, and I think it'll look, sometimes you put an accent wall in a room. Well, that will be my accent room. I just have to figure out I'm sure I have one strip for here, and then I went short here. So we'll get that figured out and update you later. So thank you for watching, and feel free to subscribe, like, share, ring that little bell so you can see more of our videos. I'm a little eclectic in things I share, but generally we talk about health, business, relationships, and money saving things like doing things yourself, which in this case is wallpapering. So have a good day, or check out www.princesspower.com. Thanks, bye.